You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and a 70 on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Echo Flynn's Path. Seems like we're getting closer and closer to a horrible climactic end here, y'all, so let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Yikes. Alright, let's do it. Alright. Don't wake up. Daxton crouches down beside him, pulling back some of the fur around his collarbone and showing the swelling red skin beneath. Must have been where he got bit, and of course 911 ain't working. Carl chuckles nervously. I guess it's too late to suck the venom out, right? You know that doesn't actually work, right? It's just dumb old westerns that make people believe that crap. Well, I had a great-grandpa, or a great-great-grandpa who died of a spider bite. I mean, I think it was a tarantula or something. Tarantulas ain't that venomous. He said it. He was old as hell. There might have been like a fuckload of them. I don't know. Boys, this is real reassuring talk, but could one of y'all get me one of them first aid kits from the bathroom? It's just round the corner. Daxton stands up and nods, heading off. Chase's eyes are fluttering a bit now. Maybe he's having a seizure or dreaming something real crazy. I can't tell. The salamander returns, clutching the thick metal case that looks like it's from the 90s. Auntie takes it, opening it up and grabbing what she needs like she's done this 100 times before. She applies the cold water to a piece of cloth and presses it against the spot near Chase's neck where the bite is. Once it's damp, she takes an old tube of antibiotic cream and squeezes out about a quarter of the contents on the bite spot, then lathers it in. Chase winces, letting out a quiet cry. Stop. His voice is high-pitched and kind of pathetic, like a child's. Oh, don't whine, you're a big boy. I'd be whining if I was in his position. It's kind of fitting, like Carl said, ain't it, though? He looks to me, as if trying to gauge my expression. I'm managing to keep pretty stone-faced despite everything. If he did what y'all are saying he did... I can tell the weird distance Carl and I are keeping from him, despite his sorry state, is unnerving the salamander. Just a couple hours ago, it was all figured we were old friends and such. Chase begins to sit up, and it's like my heart lurches. I get that feeling in my skull again, like brain freeze. No. Only Carl seems to notice as I clutch my temple. Oh god, the theme is playing. Yeah, the main theme is playing in the background, oh god. Only Carl seems to notice as I clutch my temple, the ram giving me a nervous, concerned look. Finally, Chase looks to me. Flynn? Again, with a childlike voice. It's like he's taunting me. I suck in my lips. What the fuck am I supposed to say? I want to slap him again. I want the fucking truth. But he looks fucking pathetic. Everything's stiff. No kidding. You rolled in a darn Black Widow nest, kid. More interesting thing to add to your little movie you're making out of our fair town. Auntie sighs. I'm worried you'll have some more content here in a bit. What? Ow! He sees through his teeth as he clutches at his neck. There you go. Turn that music up in the background, maybe. Nope. Config. Okay, there we go. There we go. He sees through his teeth as he clutches at his neck. Well, what's going on? He reminds me of TJ, like he's about to start crying at a moment's notice or something. I haven't seen him like this in a long time. Carl's gaze shifts to the floor. I feel weird. Are you okay? Everything hurts, but it feels different. It's like this isn't a dream. It's not? I look to Auntie. He's gonna be fine, right? These bites can be real painful. It could have been nastier with a brown recluse, but it still ain't gonna be fun. I'd give him to some professional help if I were you. If that's possible. I'm not gonna die? Chase peeps up, still clutching at his neck. Unless you're an infant, elderly, allergic, it's doubtful. The otter closes his eyes, letting out a long exhale. Meanwhile, Auntie stands up, heading toward the door. I need to speak with Mark and see what he found. I'll be outside. Thanks. Mm-hmm. As she leaves, I can hear the rumble of engines and the hushed murmurs from a small crowd. The door shuts and it's quiet again. What's wrong with you, Chase? I try to keep my voice steady, though my vocal cords shrill a bit as I say his name. I practiced for years to get rid of the girly, gay tinge my voice had after puberty, but at times like this I can't really hide it. Oh. Interesting. Are you like a fucking sociopath or something? Are you getting off to this? You just gonna go home and come thinking about all the pain you caused? Daxton flinches. I can tell he wants to step in Chase's defense. Chase says nothing. I can understand screwing me over, you know. I originally figured you didn't give two shits about Sydney or what happened to him. You just wanted my dick, and that's fine. You followed me back at the river because that's all you wanted. Leo and the rest of your friends to be damned. But fuck, it was just so much worse. Just admit it. Just say the words. No. What? Chase's arms and legs shake as he sits on the floor, craning his neck to look up at me. You're saying you didn't do it despite what TJ said? He looks towards the door. You're an asshole, Flynn. He speaks, his voice still having that squeaky, prepubescent cadence to it. But Sydney was a friggin' evil idiot, and I'm glad he died. You're glad you killed him. I'm glad he died. That's no secret. Daxton, looking 2 parts tense and awkward, steps further away from the otter. Chase's eyes begin to well up. He looks so weak but brimming with emotions. The salamander mutters something about checking on the commotion outside and heads outward. The noise from the parking lot is getting louder. I didn't really notice. Someone shouts about something and I hear someone else speaking quickly, trying to calm them. A long silence follows. Calls like a statue beside the desk, unmoving, not daring to risk drawing attention to himself. One time. Those last 6 months before it happened, it wasn't him anymore. Or at least not fully him. What do you mean? You remember that one time he got Toby that ice cream cone from the corner shop in Peyton? The cactus-themed place that had the agave ice cream. I pause. Such a weirdly specific thing that it takes a moment to recall. It's also fucking strange hearing Chase call TJ Toby again. He teased him the whole car ride up and he was upset like usual. Sydney bought him that strawberry waffle cone scoop and the one with the pointy end. He felt guilty, I think, for a while. Toby was talking about Sunday school or something, and Sydney just took the cone and started trying to stab it with the pointed end. He just crushed in on itself, but he wouldn't stop, like he was super into it. Then he just acted like he was scared, not of getting punished or anything, but like just in general, you know. I remember that the shop manager was yelling at him, and he looked terrified. I told him not to worry about the townies. My teenage self thought it was hilarious. Do you remember the moment he decided to do that? The look on his face? It was like a... Chase clutches at his neck some more, the otter clenching his eyes shut. The thing was in front of him. Chase gesticulates in front of his head, making a swirling motion before letting both of his arms drop limply on the ground. Jesus. It's like I just woke up from a really long, really bad dream. I haven't been myself in so friggin' long. Out of the corner of my vision, I could see Carl looking at me. The same shit that was happening to Sydney after what happened to you? But fuck, I didn't see you do any of that shit until this week. I don't know, I had bad dreams at first. Sometimes I'd see the stuff from the dreams in the real world. I kind of just numbed myself to it. And Leo helped me keep my mind off things, I guess. He looks over to Carl. Then we went to college and it wasn't so bad. I stopped taking my medication and things felt a little better, I guess. Not great, I was still all hollow, but at least I wasn't seeing the demented crap at the end of my bed anymore. Chase takes a drink from his water bottle, cringing at the pain from each gulp. I don't know what to say. I was beginning to think I was going nuts, like I was seeing shit that wasn't real, but hearing him talk about it out loud, just like Sydney, that weird look he'd have before looking upset or scared or doing some real heinous shit. And Chase was doing it while ordering fucking brunch. I'm sorry. Something's wrong with me, or was. I don't know. Guess, we can add that to the checklist of things to ask your aunt about. Chase begins to stand up groggily. What? The front door is pushed open, Jenna standing in the doorway. Guys, you should get out here. She spots Chase steadying himself against the desk, her eyes widening and her ears flicking back momentarily. Oh, Chase, you're here. Where are your clothes? There's spiders in them, Carl mutters. Okay, just get out here. Jenna heads back out. Second now. Coffee time. Oh boy, what's going on outside? Jenna heads back out. Chase pushes himself off the desk, beginning to walk forward like a zombie from one of those old VHS films we used to watch. Whoa, man, don't you have like some spare touristy shirts and stuff around here somewhere? You seriously think Echo gets enough tourists to justify merchandise? I just need to get back to the motel. Clinic first. The otter stumbles a bit. And though with some hesitation, Carl and I take him by each shoulder and help him to the door. I make sure to grab my rifle, though. Excuse me, you still didn't answer my question. Chase says nothing. We exit City Hall and are instantly greeted by a slew of faces. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, everyone really is here. Holy shit. This is a load of fresh shit, you know that? What do you mean when you say we can't leave? Everyone seems to be gathered around the front entrance, the headlights from half a dozen cars lighting up as we exit. Most eyes are on Auntie. The air has a sort of smoky tinge to it, like somebody's cooking or something. I wonder if it's from the fire I saw earlier. Y'all come here because you wanted answers. Now are you going to listen to them or not? I recognize most of the people in the crowd. Janice, Duke, Kudzu, Mika, Heather, Mark, shit, about a dozen more. Some of them look downright terrified. Others like Mika, Micah, the klepto shithead from Tetanus Alley, just looks pissed, agitated by whatever the hell Auntie is saying. I can see Duke, the old widower who lives next to Leo, somewhere back by his car. He's not looking at my aunt anymore. He's fixated on Chase with a sort of 1,000-yard stare. From the back of the crowd, I see the lumbering figure of Leo. At the sight of us, he pushes his way through. Otter! Leo beams, wrapping Chase into his arms, seemingly uncaring that half the town was behind him. I see Chase's face contort, the otter grimacing. He seems more disgusted than pained, especially as Leo begins to rub his large hands along his backside. You need to run. You know that. I'm here. Chase manages to wiggle free, nearly stumbling back into a prickly pear cactus in the process. Leo catches him, holding onto his wrist. There's a long moment where Leo's just looking at Chase's face, his expression shifting from the wide smile to a more vacant stare. I got bit by a black widow. I'm okay now, but... You grew your goatee back. How'd that happen? What? Chase's eyes widen some, and he clutches at the ratty-looking tuft of dyed fur on his chin. That's a shame. I always thought you looked cuter without it. Dude, what the hell is happening? Carl speaks hushedly to me, and all I can respond with is an astonished shrug. Auntie begins to speak up again. Let's talk plain like. Most of you are seeing things. Bad things. And some folk around here have started acting real strange. More so than the usual suspects on their bouts with the happy juice. There you go. There we go. Water time. And nobody getting any tower or satellite signals for the phones and internet. Landline's fuzzy too. A couple of people nod. Mike is now looking over his shoulder, seemingly unfocused on what Auntie's saying. Mark tried to head off to Peyton to see if the county officers knew what was going on. He got about as far as the Flint return off before he found himself on old Route 65 leading back into town. He tells me he tried 3 times to get through. No luck. Now, I would have slapped him on the head with a roll of newspaper and told him to take his clan into the circus, if I hadn't heard the same sort of thing from my grandpa decades ago. Folk traveling in the buggies trying to escape the madness of this town, but they got snared in one hell of a web. If you've been thinking your dreams have been getting real queer as of late, you ain't alone. It's been getting worse. Honestly, I was packing my bags to get out of here, but get out before it hit. I wasn't ready to leave. I remember telling Auntie I wanted to stay for Carl's interview, but I wanted to also see if I could get to the bottom of the shit with TJ too. So, you're saying there's no way out? That we're in, what, an inescapable bubble? Sweetheart, it's like the tide. It goes in and it's pulled out. And sometimes it pulls stuff with it. My grandpa, God rest his soul, told me it was attracted to the uncouthness of man, the ires and desires of which we cannot unshackle ourselves. Simple sin. A mournful look spreads across her face and she takes a deep breath. Mark. She looks over to the Horned Toad, our town's treasurer. He's standing by his black 4-door SUV. I always made fun of him for buying it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!